Welcome to The Pulse, where we delve deep into the issues and ideas that are shaping the future of education. I'm your host, Rick Surrency, Superintendent of the Putnam County School District, and each week we'll be talking to teachers, administrators, and other experts in the field about the latest trends, best practices, and most pressing concerns in education. Whether you're a teacher, a parent, or just someone who cares about education, this podcast is for you. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the pulse. Hi, this is Rick Surrency. I'm the superintendent of the Putnam County School District, and we have a really unique program today. We're talking about Toys for Tots, and we have two of our guests here today that's going to talk about that. And I think a lot of people have heard of Toys for Tots, and I think, at least I have, I've had some experience with it, and we normally think about Christmas time, you know, providing gifts and resources for people, but we're going to find out today that it's a little more than that. So first of all, I want to introduce my guests, Paige Novack and Charles McGuire, and welcome to the podcast. Glad to have you here today. And both of you introduce yourselves and just tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe what you do when you're not doing this, and then we'll talk about Toys for Tots. Charles, you want to lead off?
All right, I'm Charles McGuire. I'm the aerospace instructor at Crescent City High School and the assistant coordinator for Toys for Tots for Putnam County.
Okay.
I'm Paige Novack. I'm basically a full-time Kiwanian volunteer and now the Putnam County Toys for Tots coordinator.
Very good. And Paige, I know you were a Putnam County graduate, right?
Yes, me and all my children. I was born in Orange Park, but raised in Putnam County, and my children were born and raised here. So.
Well, I think you came through the high school about the time I was there.
You were my dean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, you never saw the dean, but you saw me probably
I think I was
out.
in your office once or twice, but nothing major.
Just to come by and say hey, I'm sure. Well, thank you both for being here, and we want to talk about Toys for Tots, and what a noble program for those who are less fortunate. And Paige, I know you're going to give us kind of an overview, maybe some of the background about Toys for Tots, and I know Charles is going to add some other ideas to it. So.
Well, Toys for Tots is a nationwide program. It started back in the 1940s with some Marines that wanted to help out some families, and they did a toy drive and gave toys to families in need, and it kind of just went from there, and it's turned into a massive program now.
Nationwide.
And it's a lot more than just Christmas time and toys. There's so much more that I just recently learned about myself. But to give some backstory for Putnam County, we have had a presence of Toys for Tots in Putnam County before, where you can apply online, and the coordinators over in nearby counties helped out with fulfilling those applications. This is the first time that we've ever had an actual resident coordinator, take over and apply. And so there's going to be new services open up to Putnam County all year round, not just for toys. October to December is our Christmas campaign kickoff. It actually kicked off yesterday from October 1st. We will collect donations from now until December 15th in our donation boxes that are all over the county. We have 60 of them out right now, and I've asked for more. But there's going to be other programs to open up as well. After Christmas, I'll be able to help bring in resources from Operation Turn the Page, a literacy fundamental program that we can bring to our kids here in Putnam County to give them resources for books at home. There's foster adoption care connection programs that I can assist with foster families, and Native American programs that we can help with that as well.
Now, I think you said that the Christmas part of it is October to December.
October to December.
And then the other part
January through September will be the other services available.
Right. So that's really pretty comprehensive. I had no idea that they did all those services. So Charles, kind of fill in some of the blanks here on some of the stuff that I know you talked about, after school stuff and all that. So,
All right, with the literacy program, with the programs we've already got here in the school district, the literacy program can actually work well with 21st Century, both at the high school and elementary school level, helping students that are not either struggling or already having ELA or math issues, giving them another avenue to study with. Or even during the summer, giving them an avenue to stay ahead, not falling behind, which is typical with most students. With the Native American scholarship programs, that's another way to help students that wouldn't necessarily go to college, give them another option as far as helping fund for college without having to go into debt. And then with the foster kid program, that's one that's dear to my heart because my father was a foster child. My father was put up for adoption in 1961, and if he had not been put up for adoption, I wouldn't be here.
So it does have, they support kids that are in foster care. Is that what you're saying?
Right. Yes,
Provide resources for them.
Right.
Yeah.
That is a program because the foster care programs that are now, if they had existed 60 years ago, a lot of what's went on then would not have happened.
And I've heard so many stories about foster care, and so this is the way we can support those children.
Right.
Yeah.
I am a product of the foster care system because of my father.
Yeah. Well, and evidently he's overcome that and really has, used that as a launching pad.
I rest his soul. I use his memory to drive myself.
That's awesome. That's amazing. So, Paige, I know that we've got people out there that may want to get involved.
Yes.
And years ago, I think I told you that I got involved because the different faculties around the schools in Putnam County used to have a volleyball contest, and we'd raise funds and donate to Toys for Tots. But how can people out there who might be interested in, number one, donating, or number two, getting involved in some of the stuff like you're talking about, how could they do that?
And we're completely new to the nation and Marine Corps right now. We are one of the 3 that opened up this year, brand new campaigns for Christmas that'll be ongoing year to year. So I'm starting off with 0. I do have an account that they created for us to use to have funds, for us to operate on with and to buy toys with. But they told me I need to get out and fundraise. So any organization and businesses that would like to host a fundraiser for us or to host a toy drive, we're welcome to anything that, any ideas, anything, at all. The Plaquemine Daily News did reach out to me today. They said that they'll be happy to take and do a weekly advertisement to show where donation boxes are for everyone to be able to put toys. So we will get that started up in the next week. Basically, I need help from school clubs as well to help sort toys and to help us, with distribution days that'll be announced later because we're still looking for a warehouse. It's another thing we can need help with. I would love, since we're going to have yearly services, I would love to be able to provide some kind of an office space where families can come, and ask for services, apply, I can give them different resources, we have around the county as well, just to be an office for families that have a need and need help. We need more of that here in Putnam County as well.
Let me ask you a question that I'm sure other people are thinking about. Are y'all a 501c3
We
where
are.
that is a tax deductible
Yes.
donation?
Toys for Tots, I notified them of any donations that were given to me, like a warehouse space or, there's a lease that can be made up between Toys for Tots and whoever would like to donate, and they will be given all the tax paperwork that they need for tax purposes.
Something else as far as getting some help. I know we have high school students out there, which I know you're familiar with, working in a high school, that are looking for community service hours.
We can sign off on volunteer hours. I'll be more than happy. I'm all about Putnam County. I'm all in for helping Putnam County kids. So anything that I can do to help. I'm even the one that's known around town to notarize paperwork for kids that need them for school and the fair and all. So, anything that the kids, need for volunteer, they can contact me. I can help them out with hours. And
Well, this is a great opportunity, and I know you're very involved in the Palaca Kiwanis,
Yes.
right? And
we're all 3 Kiwanians right now.
all 3 Kiwanis. I'm in the Azalea City Kiwanis, and it's an opportunity where a lot of clubs, raise funds to help kids.
Yes.
And this is just an avenue where some of the funding they're already raising, they could,
Yes.
focus some of that funding towards you.
Yep.
And people out there, like, you need some office space and some warehouse space.
Yes, definitely warehouse space, because I've already have gotten phone calls. We just kicked off yesterday, and the fire department in Florida Home's already told me, come get some toys. So,
Got to have somewhere to put them.
yes.
Yeah.
Right now, my house is the place, so
Yeah.
I only have a little bit of space for that.
Well, let's do this, Paige. Can you provide us some contact information that we can put on the screen in case they want to reach out to you?
Yes. My cell phone number is 386-301-9687. And my email is hollister.florida@toysfortots.org. And for families that would like to apply for assistance, they can go online to toysfortots.org and search by county and go to Putnam County and apply that way. They can call me. We will be at some Halloween events with paper applications for anyone that wants to fill out a paper application. I'll be happy to mail an application out if I need to. But we're going to be at the, let's see, we have the Ravine Spooktacular coming up on the 18th. And then the Boo on the Avenue, we're going to be there as well. A trunk or treat at the American Legion in Interlochen on Halloween Day. Did you find one?
I'm still looking for one on south end of the county.
So if anybody would like for us to be representation at an event to get the word out, just contact us, let us know, and me or Chuck can be there.
And I know that we also have, during Christmas time, we have parades going on in all these places. Don't know if that's something you want to set up at.
I have reached out to see about the Christmas parade in Palaca, and I'm still trying to find the contact for Interlochen. So.
And we have one in Crescent City and Willaca and Melrose too. So, because I'm in all those. So, but anyway, I think if somebody wanted a paper application, like you said, they could find you at these events, or they could call you and you could mail them.
I'll be happy to bring it to them if I need to.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. And we do have a list of families through our federal programs office who, in our homeless office, who may be somebody who could benefit from that. And we have people that might could, partner with you in that as well. So,
That would be great.
Charles, tell us some other stuff that's going on that, if people want to get involved with this, and you mentioned after school, are there some other areas that people can get involved in? And you mentioned the literacy part of it.
Now, at school level, and this is something where I've kind of challenged my high school, and I'm trying to get the other schools involved. The students that are able to donate, Crescent City High, I'm using my classroom as a donation location.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the other high schools to create a donation location to get students that have the ability to donate, and staff.
And a lot of those clubs too, they raise
To
funds.
get other clubs too.
Right.
You mentioned one of your students was making toys.
Right. I've got a student that does 3D printing that's so far been bringing stuff in as he makes it.
And we
Makes
can
it on a 3D printer.
Yeah.
we can accept handmade new toys. As long as they're new, we can accept them.
That's great.
The literacy aspect, things like that. It's a matter of getting the information to the students that need it, and not being afraid. Having the students where they're not embarrassed to come and say, "Hey, I need this information." Mm-hmm. I know when I was most of the students' ages, I was embarrassed to come forward and say I needed help.
And I would assume that all that information is confidential too.
Right.
They can come to you, or come to either one of you and say, "Hey, I have a need," or "My child has a need," and we keep that very professional and confidential, because we never share that information. So, so any closing thoughts? Anything that we've left out about Toys for Tots, or anything? We talked about that, but especially the January through September portion of the program, which is new to me. Mm-hmm. Is there anything about that maybe we want to highlight?
In January through September, I'll be reaching out to you and other, officials, at the Putnam County Schools to see if there's a need as far as like any books for classrooms, books for students to take home. I'll be contacting and looking around for little libraries. I used to go around and help donate for that, and now I'm going to start it back up. So I'll be starting that. That'll be ongoing through January through September. And then I'll be reaching out to like children's network programs and foster care connections to see if I can be a resource. And, also if there's any natural disasters or emergencies in Putnam County, if a family loses their home, kids lose all their toys, please reach out. I want to be able to make sure I can help, do with that as well. That's what this program is going to help to.
We do have the Baby Brain Builders program, which I know they raise funds to try to buy books for, kids that are preschool age. Right after they're born, they're trying to, provide books in the home so parents can read to them. So
that could be a connection that I could help with getting them books, because we have many vendors. Scholastic's one of them, so I can,
Alice Faye Adams, I think, is the new president of that club, so you could reach out to her. So I want to thank both of you for being here today, and what a noble effort. And I just want to personally thank you for giving your time. Charles, I know you got a pretty heavy workload just teaching aviation classes and all you do, and you're involved in the Kiwanis, but to take time out of your day or your life to do this, and really to have the opportunity for Putnam County now to have their own office is
just
remarkable.
excited to give back to the community that helped raise me and my kids.
That's great. That's a drive right there, and I appreciate you saying that, okay? Well, thank you for joining us today. Charles, anything else before we close out?
Kind of reiterate the same thing she said. That's part of the reason I moved back here from Texas.
Yeah.
We both moved away, but we came back home.
Well, this is a giving town, and I can't say enough. Sometimes Putnam County gets a rap, for negative things, but one positive thing is we give back to our community and we take care of our own. So
for every negative thing you hear about Putnam County, I can guarantee you there's 50 positive to go with it.
Absolutely.
So.
Well, y'all definitely are demonstrating that today, so I personally want to thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
You bet, and we will see you next time, and thanks for tuning in.